there's a big mistake that is happening in Raila's camp, and Raila is yet to see that this big mistake may cost him the presidency, and he may actually lose this position at the time he needs it so much. And it is true that Raila Odinga is almost assured that he is the next president. But looking at how his people are behaving and how he's letting them go free behaving this way, it might be correct, politically correct, to say that the former Prime Minister Raila Odinga is losing to William Ruto, but is not noting it. Today I want to speak about Professor Makau Mutua, and Professor Makau Mutua is the chairman of Raila Odinga's campaign team. He is the chairman of the Azimio campaign team. He has been charged with the responsibility to organize, coordinate, and make sure that the campaign team operates and behaves in a manner that will ensure that Raila Odinga becomes the president after President Uhuru Kenyatta retires. However, being a chairman, he has already missed the point. He has already misunderstood the most important role that he is supposed to play. Before I say what he has done, you will agree with me that it is very important that we create the right perception about the candidate in politics. That perception plays a very key role in managing the manner in which the people will vote, and therefore that perception must be put right. And just to intermarry that with another statement, that in business it is said that you don't sell how good your product is by saying how bad the product of an opponent is. Now, the same in politics. You don't show how good your candidate is by showing how bad the opponent is. By saying how bad the opponent is may give the voters a chance to interrogate what you are saying and see whether you are right or wrong, and owe to you, they should not find you in the wrong direction, in the wrong side. They should not find you wrong in selling the bad information about your opponent. Why I chose Professor Makau Mutua is because of the position he holds in that campaign team as a chairman, and because of what he shares, what he speaks in the public domain, what he tells the public. If you follow Raila Odinga, and again you follow Professor Makau Mutua, then you know that Makau Mutua has not been selling Raila Odinga. The person Makau Mutua has been selling is William Ruto. And I say William Ruto without a blink of an eye and without fear or contradiction. Now, I would like you to take time, go to Professor Makau Mutua's Twitter handle, and see the last 20, and let me say just 20 posts. And Makau Mutua is speaking more about William Ruto than he is speaking more about Raila Odinga. And it is my considered opinion that when you speak more about a politician, then it gives the electorate or the people, the voters, a chance to consider more or to speak more about that politician and therefore relate to what you are telling them. The most recent trending story about William Ruto is how William Ruto tried to slap his boss President Uhuru Kenyatta in 2017, when the boss, President Uhuru Kenyatta, almost gave up. And he almost the president told the deputy president that we should give up on this objective. We should not continue looking for this position. Now that Raila Odinga has successfully gone to court and he has successfully made it to convince the courts, the highest court in the country, that election should be nullified and that we should not be seated in this position, should not take over. Let's not go for that election. Let's not go for that re-election, that rerun. And so the deputy president, as a friend to William Ruto, said, no, we cannot give up at this time. We have done a lot to become who we are. Our supporters have done a lot to make us who we are, and therefore we should not let those supporters down. And so out of anger that a friend is almost giving up, William Ruto almost slapped the president just to make sure that the president doesn't give up. What has Makau Mutua done as the chairman of the campaign team for Raila Odinga? Instead of showing how good Raila is and selling what Raila is going to do for the country, he has decided to go into details of that and actually show how loyal, and I tell you, I want you to underline and to take that as bold information, how loyal the deputy president was to the president, that he could not let him give up. And from that time when that clip was released, Professor Makau Mutua and Junet Mohammed, who is now the Secretary General for the Azimio Brigade, have been speaking about this slap, that did not happen. It was just an attempt. They have been speaking about this slap than anything else. And now the other people apart from them are not speaking about the slap. The people are saying how Ruto was so loyal to the president that he could not let him give up. It is true that if William Ruto let the president to give up, then today we could not be having President Uhuru Kenyatta as a president. We could be having someone else. And now, from that, the focus of the Azimio campaign team, starting with their chairman, Professor Makau Mutua, are selling the name of William Ruto on their social media and on the mainstream media by mentioning about this issue. Now look at Professor Makau Mutua on Sunday morning. When is the date? Today, during the making of this video, it is July 10, 2022. Makau Mutua, by the time it was 12 noon, had made more than 4 tweets about the deputy president. Now, without even thinking about what the content of that tweet was, because these are just part of the tweets, these two, it is clear that Makau Mutua is selling William Ruto than he is selling Raila Odinga. Now he has forgotten to include or to speak about his boss, Raila Odinga here, and he's more focused on speaking about William Ruto. It is not by a coincidence. If you look at this tweet, the first tweet here, I bet you William Ruto has already slapped Wetangula, he has already slapped Musalia Mudavadi, and probably Anne Waiguru. Now, what you should note is that Wetangula, Mudavadi, and Anne Waiguru are on the same team, Kenya Kwanza, with William Ruto. And being on the same team, therefore, means that they are working towards the same goal of making the government so that they could get an objective, a common objective of creating the next government together. And what Makau Mutua is telling you is that this team looks like they will get to the presidency. But the teammates to William Ruto, that is Wetangula and Musalia Mudavadi and Anne Waiguru, could be giving up, could be showing signs of giving up. And William Ruto is there showing them that no, we cannot give up. We have to follow this dream until the end. And that tells you that Makau Mutua is more focused to what Kenya Kwanza is doing than what Azimio Brigade is doing. And therefore, that calls for the attention of Raila Odinga himself. That Raila Odinga should now start worrying about what his team is doing than what the opponent is doing to make him, Raila Odinga, the president. And if I was Raila Odinga, I would call an emergency meeting for all my supporters, especially those who sit in the secretariat part and specifically the campaign team, starting with the chairman, Makau Mutua, and ask the chairman, stop talking about William Ruto. When you speak about William Ruto, you are simply selling his name. You are simply telling people to look at him and most probably consider what he's doing and then relate it to what we are doing. And now that you're speaking about William Ruto, you are not telling them about what I am doing as Raila Odinga. Now, stop mentioning the name of William Ruto. Stop focusing more on William Ruto. Start focusing on our goal, which is to make me, Raila Odinga, the president. By mentioning always the name of William Ruto, just on a Sunday morning, Sunday 10th July 2022, 4 times you have mentioned William Ruto, and at no point have you mentioned your leader, Raila Odinga. Is your goal to sell Raila Odinga, or is your goal to sell William Ruto? Are you missing the mark? So it's time, Makau Mutua, you wake up from that bed and realize that you're doing the wrong thing. Start selling your candidate and stop insulting. Stop speaking about your opponent. Speak about your candidate, Raila Odinga, if you really mean well about him. Makau Mutua is missing the mark when he speaks more about William Ruto than Raila Odinga. I don't know whether somebody is understanding this. I don't know whether somebody will take this to the former Prime Minister Raila Odinga. But what I'm sure about is that if this trend continues, and we are just about 3 weeks to the next general election, then the former Prime Minister Raila Odinga will lose to William Ruto on silly grounds. So please, someone, speak to Raila Odinga. Either put your house in order, do something about your campaign team, tell them, as much as they're speaking about William Ruto, to identify something they can speak about you. Because if this trend continues, then we are making Ruto more popular than Raila Odinga. And that popularity will come with the general perception of the public thinking that William Ruto is the strongest candidate if the only conversation going on is about William Ruto and not you. And that can only be changed from your campaign team. Tell your campaign team to come back in order. Speak about Raila. Stop speaking about William Ruto. Stop selling William Ruto. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Kim, and that is my explainer today. Thank you.